Well, good morning. This is Pastor Greg, Faith Lutheran Church, Harvey, North Dakota. I'm here with my midweek message. Unfortunately, it's not really midweek anymore. It's now Friday, the 23rd of September. Week got away from me a little bit there, and I guess I just misplaced my note to record a message to you. So I hope a little grace is abounded in that this is a day or two late for you. Things that are happening here at the church. We're ramping up our webs program. Our Wednesday evening program is continuing to grow a little bit, so we're glad to see that. But that growth also means we need a little more help. So if there's a way that you can help in one way or another, whether it be providing a meal, teaching one day a month, or just helping out in general, when you're able, just let us know. We'll get you set up in there to help in one way or another. A couple of things, important dates that you should just put on the back of your mind is October 30th will be our annual meeting. There will be a meal between worship and the meeting, so do plan on joining us. It's always an important part of worship. It's also a part of life here at Faith, is to be part and active in that meeting. And I can't stress enough the importance of being part of it. I know we shy away from it, but the world goes around and decisions need to be made, and so your helpful input is definitely beneficial to that process. October 9th, after worship, we're going to have a little fundraiser. I believe it's a taco bar. Maybe I think it's a taco bar. Following worship, to finish raising what's left of the AC, air conditioning fund debt that we owe. It's not a debt we don't owe the bank anything. It was borrowed money from the general fund to pay for that when we had agreed to fundraise for part of it. So we just want to finish that up. I think it's about halfway there almost. So it's not a huge amount of money that we need to raise, but certainly we'd like to just get that off the books and move forward. So do keep both of those things in your mind as the day goes forward, and keep the church in mind as we go. It's nice to see some people returning from summer vacations and summer camps and all that other stuff, joining us on Sunday mornings to see a little of our increase in attendance. So we're glad to see that. Glad to have some new members as well, and so that's a very positive thing in our congregation. There is some growth areas, and so we're excited about that. Our Wednesday night growth, and then our Sunday morning kind of slowly creeping back to where we should, or where we were prior to COVID. So we're glad to see that. I'm not going to beat up on that anymore. So those are kind of the main things that are happening. So do join us in any of those events, or help us in any particular way. And as always, my door is open, my phone is available, so call if you have any questions. That's all I'm going to say. So I am fairly far in my message because it's later in the week, and so I don't really want to spend too much time on that, on where I'm headed. But there is a side area that I'm kind of intrigued by, and hasn't completely worked its way through, but it's from 1 Timothy chapter 6. The whole reading is 6 through 19. If you want to stop and read that now, you can do that. But I'm really looking at 6 through 10 at this point. The heading, which started earlier, is False Teachers and True Contentment. And it's that true contentment that I'm kind of thinking about. Paul writes to Timothy, "But godliness with contentment is great gain." And then he says, "For we brought nothing into the world, and we cannot take anything out of the world." And that's a reminder: from dust we came, to dust we shall return. So the things of this world really are just not overly important. in the scheme of everlasting life to being with the Father. Everyone has equal access there. It doesn't matter how much money you have in the bank. It doesn't matter what your thoughts are in political realm. It doesn't matter if you're Catholic, if you're Lutheran, if you're Baptist. What matters is how do you view your life in everlasting. So that's kind of what it is. And so Paul is talking about temptations in this world, and we have lots of them. We see them all the time. We're bombarded with ads, wasn't that long ago, the ads would be primarily on TV and radio, and we would be bombarded with things that we think we should need. And now, through social media, we are bombarded with ads continuously in everything we do. You open up your Facebook, you open up your Instagram, you open up the newspaper, you open up Google search, and you're going to be inundated with ads of something that wants you to think that you need to have those things and that these things will make your life better. And in some cases, they do. But in some cases, it doesn't matter. But Paul is really talking about, where is your love? Is your love for the Lord, or is your love for the things of this world? In verse 10, he says, for the love of money is a root of all kinds of evil. And now notice, and we talk about how money is the root of all evil. You hear that all the time. And it's not the money that Paul is talking about. It's not the money that's the root, but it is your love of the money that's the root. Nowhere does it say not to save. Nowhere does it say not to invest. Nowhere does it say not to give. It's just part of our lives. We have to live in the world. We have to do commerce, as I call it. I need a product, you have a product. Somehow we need to come to an agreement how I can receive that product, whether it be via financially, trading, lots of different ways that we can do those kinds of things. But when you crave the things of this world over the things of the next world, that's when you get into trouble. And that's really what Paul's telling his protege Timothy about the importance of where the focus is and what the teaching should be. And that's what I'm here to tell you today. So sure, save up some money. That's all well and good. That's not nothing wrong with that. But let's put our focus where our focus should be. And that's with everlasting life with the Lord. And the way we receive that is through him. And so when we focus on him, it's a lot easier for us to let go of the things, and a lot easier to move towards him. We will still continue to struggle. We'll still continue to flail. We'll still continue to do all those things. But I remind you that God has lots of grace. God is patient. God is kind, all of those things. And he's waiting for you. And he's ready to take you into his arms and celebrate as you come to him. So that's kind of where I'm going to stop. Again, my message is more on the Luke text, which is Luke 16, the rich man and Lazarus, but there's similar characteristics to both. And so you read both, see if you can't kind of get a feel for where those two interact and how they interact. All right, that's all I'm going to say about that. Prayers today, I think we should stop and take a moment and pray for world conflict. Just pray. Pray for peace, pray for calm, pray for comfort for both sides. Pray for everybody in conflict. And then take a moment now and just pray for, I wasn't sure what to say, the individual person, but, maybe today, pray for a teacher that you know. Just pick one teacher and pray for them. And just pray for help and guidance. All right. That's what I've got. Grace and peace to you on this beautiful day that the Lord has made. Well, it's not so beautiful, but it is a beautiful day. Every day is beautiful. And as you go about your way, do take care.